It's that time, another Mythbuster episode, this time with Mauga. Here we go. We're gonna go in ability order, check the description down below for an organized view of everything. So, does the anti-healing effect from Ana and Junker Queen stop the overhealth gain from the Berserker Passive? Let's start with Ana's anti-nade. Looks like we're still building some overhealth. Same with Junker Queen's ultimate. Looks pretty green to me, so no, it does not stop the passive from building up. Can you deal critical damage with Cha-Cha with Ashe's Dynamite? Yes, Dynamite counts as a burning effect, which allows Cha-Cha to deal double critical damage, whether that's a friendly Ashe Dynamite or if the enemy Ashe burns themselves. Can you deal critical damage with Cha-Cha using Torbjorn's Molten Core? Here's Torb dumping his stuff all over Roadhog, and now listen to the headshot sound. Yup, it counts as a burning effect and you're definitely critting. Can you deal critical damage with Cha-Cha against a Fortified Orisa? Orisa's Fortify ability makes her immune to headshots. You can't crit damage her in that way. But with that being said, let's try it with Mauga. Set him on fire and... sounds like critical damage to me. You can hear those dinks. Can you deal critical damage with Cha-Cha against a burning barrier? Here's what's interesting. You actually can't set any barriers or shields on fire with Gunny, but if the barrier or shield is being burnt by an Ashe's Dynamite, for example, you definitely are doing 10 damage per bullet here, so you are critting against these barriers. Can you countercharge Overrun with Doomfist, Reinhardt, or Brig? With Doomfist, no, you kind of get stopped in your place. Same with Reinhardt, you don't really get to move anywhere. But with Brig, also a no, but you do get to travel past it a little bit, as you can see. But in general, no, you can't countercharge it. Unless we check out if we can countercharge Overrun with another Mauga Overrun. Here we go, two Maugas, they do collide and stun each other, so the countercharge works in this specific scenario. Can you Overrun and cancel Junker Queen's Rampage ultimate? Here's three scenarios. Scenario one, you activate it and you jump kind of late and allow the queen to pass through you, so you do get damaged. Scenario number two, if you listen carefully, you can see that Junker Queen actually got the rest of the sliding animation of the ultimate canceled, so it doesn't make it as far. So the only way to truly cancel it is to actually land on the queen before the time for the reckoning voice line finishes during that initial activation animation. Can you overrun through Orisa's Javelin spin? The Javelin spin will slow Mauga down for like half a second, but then he just barrels right through, so he passes. Can you overrun through Zarya's Graviton surge? Yeah, it looks like gravitational black holes have nothing on Samoan brute strength. Can you overrun into and through a Symmetra TP? During the run animation, if you take the TP, you absolutely can go through and land, and if you activate the jump early, then take the TP, you can land with the initial slam damage, so there may be some combo ideas here. Does Cassidy's magnetic grenade hinder and stop Mauga's overrun? Nope, he can't be stopped. Does Sombra's hack or EMP stop Mauga's overrun? The most recent Season 8 patch does say that hack will no longer stop it, so we also checked EMP as well, and nope, overrun powers through everything. Does Ana's Biotic grenade healing amplification stack with Cardiac Overdrive's lifesteal? Short answer is yes, it does stack, and Ana's healing amplification from the nade is 50% increased healing, but it's multiplicative of the current 70% lifesteal, so it's about 105% lifesteal. Do allies still benefit from Cardiac Overdrive if they move outside of its initial activation range? You can easily tell when you're under the effects because of that big golden glow, and you can see when we walk out of the circle, we're still getting some lifesteal. You can even walk in after it's already been activated to grab the buff, but it doesn't last as long. But to answer it, yeah, you keep the benefit even if you walk out. Do allies still benefit from Cardiac Overdrive if they're on the other side of an enemy barrier? So this is just a line of sight check, and yeah, Bastion's gun is big and golden here, which means he's definitely benefiting from the Cardiac Overdrive. Does Mauga gain ultimate charge from healing himself with Cardiac Overdrive? You know, other heroes like Roadhog self-heal, or Soldier's Biotic Field, or Mei's Ice Block, those types of self-healing do add to their ult charge. So here's an easy comparison. We shoot this Roadhog with the gun and get 20% ult charge. Now we do the exact same thing again with Cardiac Overdrive active, so we're not only dealing damage for the ult charge, we are self-healing through it, and it looks like we're still at 20% ult charge. So no, Mauga may be the first hero that the self-healing does not contribute to his own ult charge. Does Cage Fight move with moving environmental objects? Okay, this one was a fun one. First, the payload, put the Cage Fight down, and yeah, you're getting tagged along. Next is the push robot. It looks like you can only put it on the barricade, and yep, you're still getting pushed along. Now we have a moving platform, like on Route 66, and yep, getting moved with it. Then we save the best for last. The car on Oasis will definitely take you for a ride. Can Junker Queen Rampage through the Cage Fight? Nope, you get stopped right at the entrance. Can Sigma still use Gravitic Flux in the Cage Fight? Yeah, so Sigma can still activate and use the ultimate. He just can't manipulate gravity and float in the air anymore because he's tied down by Samoan chains. Does Wrecking Ball's Pile Driver activate into Cage Fight? Once you're in the Cage Fight, you can't even activate the Pile Driver altogether, and if you try to Pile Drive into the cage, the chains tie you down and prevent you from finishing the slam animation and no damage comes out. Can Zarya's Graviton Surge suck someone off the Cage Fight if it's outside the edge? So as hard as Zarya tries to suck this Symmetra off, unfortunately she stays put, and the Symmetra does not escape the wrath of the chains. Does Bob run through Cage Fight? No, Bob doesn't run through it. He gets stopped by the chains and starts shooting immediately. Can Reaper time a perfect Shadow Step out of Cage Fight? As soon as you start the Shadow Step animation and the chains go up, you immediately stop. We can try waiting a little longer in the animation, but the chains are too strong and it stops Reaper altogether. Can Sombra time a perfect translocator out of Cage Fight? This one's really hard to time, so we slowed down the server tick rate thanks to the workshop, and we threw out the translocator, put the Cage Fight down, and it looks like the translocator overpowers the chains. So yes, Sombra can escape with the perfectly timed translocator. Can Kiriko time a perfect swift step out of the cage? Rejected by Mauga. Yeah, this one's not looking possible. Does Sombra's EMP remove Cage Fight? Easy and quick answer, yes it does. It doesn't even have to EMP the center, it just has to touch any of the shield portion of the cage. Can Symmetra teleport out of the cage? Nice and easy, this is one of the other few ways you can escape it. Can Lifeweaver's pedal platform lift the Cage Fight ultimate itself? Here we go, putting the Cage Fight on the pedal platform and taking it up, and look how funny this is. It's just hanging up there. Can Lifeweaver's pedal platform lift players out of the Cage Fight to free them? There is a maximum height on the Cage Fight and you cannot escape with pedal platform. You're sort of tethered at the max range. If we go on the other end and throw a platform inside, the top of the cage is hollow, but at the same time acts as like an invisible barrier. And the last one, can Lifeweaver life grip someone out of the Cage Fight? Yes, this is one of the only few ways to escape the Cage Fight. That's it, bye bye.